All right, guys, let's get some MLB plays and props for Friday, March 29th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, we started off the MLB season exactly how we wanted to. I went 2-0 myself. I gave out the Twins on the money line versus the Royals and the under 8 total runs in that game. And the Twins, they won it by a score of 4-1. So money line cashed and the under cashed. It was a beautiful day. Beautiful day.
Yeah, and I gave out the Padres on the money line against the Giants minus 115 at home. Was a little bit dicey there with the Aces, but the Giants bullpen came in and saved us. The Padres scored 6 runs in the 5, 6, 7, and 8th inning. So we did cash the play there going 1-0. Trey, let's go to the player props from yesterday. Have you start us off?
Yeah, and this is where I put up a loss, and it hurt my soul. I gave out Ellie De La Cruz over 8 fantasy score versus the Nationals, and Ellie, he did smash the over for us in his third at bat. We saw Ellie get a hit, get a walk, steal a base, and score a run. He's back to being electric, and my loss was Tarek Skubal over 6.5 strikeouts versus the White Sox. Skubal, he pitched a gem of a game. I got to give it to him. Pitched 6 innings and struck out 6 batters, but he walked out without allowing a run, so we do need to note that going forward, but we lost on the hook.
Yeah, and I gave out Mookie Betts over 1.5 bases going up against the Cardinals. Miles McCullough, the gift that keeps on giving. Home run to Mookie Betts in the third inning. I'll say third inning. Might have been second inning, though. We cashed the play there 1-0. And then I gave out Zach Gallen under 4.5 hits. The game has not started yet going up against the Rockies. We're recording just a little bit early. So hopefully Zach Gallen can do what he did last season and shut down the Rockies. Trey, let's go to our plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm excited to talk about my game. It's going to be another AL game here. It's going to be this Cleveland Guardians going up against Oakland Athletics one. And I think this is going to be an entertaining game to watch, even if both teams seem to be heading towards a rebuilding year. Outside of Ramirez, Naylor, and Kwan for the Guardians, their lineup is just no bueno. And I don't need to say it. This entire A's roster is no bueno. We already know that. And we are recording before their game did start yesterday. But I just have a feeling that the Guardians are going to win that game with Bieber on the mound. And I want to take the Guardians on the money line here, but it's just too juiced at minus 148. And I'm not sure that I trust them minus 1.5 on the run line. But the one thing I am confident in is that this is going to be a low scoring game. Give me the under 7.5 total runs in this game. I would honestly be shocked if either team scores 4+ runs here. The A's offense is simply not good. And whenever we combine that with the Guardians throwing out one of their best pitchers in Logan Allen, I think that they should get held to a pretty low number in this game. And last season, both teams, they found themselves bottom 5 in the MLB in runs per game. So, like I said, we should get treated to a somewhat of a pitcher's duel here in a low-scoring game. And both teams, they are running back much of the same guys that were on the starting lineup last year. And Logan Allen, he's just going to set the tone early for us here with the Guardians, and we should enjoy him going deep here in this game. So give me the under 7.5 total runs in the Guardians versus Athletics game.
Yeah, I like that one there, Trey. For my play today, I'm going to look at the Milwaukee Brewers going up against the New York Mets. Opening day was postponed for these two teams, but it looks like they're going to be playing tomorrow early, 12:40 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to take the Brewers on the money line in this game. I do not trust Quintana from last season. He's a starting pitcher for the New York Mets in this game, and we have maybe one of the most reliable pitchers on the mound with us, with Freddy Peralta. I also like the batting lineup that the Brewers now have. I remember Sal Frelick, I think it is, from last season. He was a very good leadoff hitter. We also have back Contreras, Yelich, Willie Adames, Gary Sanchez. Then they brought in Rhys Hoskins from the Phillies. That's one of the better signings in the offseason, I feel like, for the Brewers, getting somebody in the heart of the lineup who can be a very good hitter for them. I don't think we need a ton of runs this game. I really don't, with Freddy Peralta on the mound. But again, I don't trust Quintana. I think he can give up a ton of runs in this game. The Mets didn't really do anything to improve their hitting lineup from last season. They got a little bit older for players like Brett Beatty, who might improve this season. But the pitching staff, it's in shambles after losing the 2 superstars from last year. Give me the Brewers here on the money line with the better pitcher as the play. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to stay in New York for mine. It's going to be Yordan Alvarez to go over 8 fantasy score going up against the Yankees. I really love this over for Alvarez in this game. I expect that we're going to see him dominate here in this one, just like he did on opening day. Alvarez, he is firm in the 2-hole for the Astros, and he went 2 for 5 with 2 singles and even scored a run. So he finished right at this 8 fantasy score number. And I expect a similar day like that, but I expect him to smack an extra base hit to get us to that over here, because this matchup versus the Yankees, guys, it is just too juicy for us to ignore. New York, they're throwing out bum Carlos Rodon, and he was terrible last year, and somehow he got even worse during spring training. He was getting lit up, finishing with a 4.19 ERA during spring training and allowed 4 home runs in 5 games. That's no bueno. I expect Yordan to get a hold of one here in this game. And Yordan, he's faced off against Rodon in 10 plate appearances, and he has 3 singles, a walk, 1 dinger, and 2 RBIs. So I expect him to send the ball across the yard here in this one. Give me Yordan Alvarez to go over 8 fantasy score versus the Yankees.
Yeah, Trey, I like that play there. For my batting prop today, I'm going to take another one of my favorite guys, Corbin Carroll from last season, to go over 1.5 bases going up against the Rockies. We're going to get a matchup against Cal Quantrill on this one. First season with the Rockies, but last year and prior years, he was with the Cleveland Guardians. He hasn't had a horrible career, sitting with a 3.83 ERA, but last season, there's a reason this guy got traded. He went 4-7 on the season, had a 5.24 ERA, and he pitched under 100 innings in the season. I'm going to give credit to the Rockies because they definitely needed to make some adjustments with the pitching staff. Maybe Cal still got something left in the tank, but I still like Corbin Carroll in this game against the righty. Corbin Carroll, he's a fantastic young player. He can crush anybody. But last season, he did a very good job against right-handed pitching. He gets the majority of his power hits off of right-handed pitching, having 58 extra base hits against righties last season compared to just 7 against left-handed pitching. Corbin Carroll, he's also a very small guy. He's got a ton of speed, but he also is a home run power hitting guy, 25 last season, and he's a guy who can turn singles into doubles very easily. That's great for us when we got over 1.5 bases. We just need a light little blooper, and he'll be standing on second base. Give me Corbin Carroll here to go over 1.5 bases as the play. Trey, let's go to those pitching props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with Brayan Bello to go over 4.5 strikeouts versus the Mariners. I really love this over for Bello in this game. We're going to see him smash this number here. And Bello, he's one of Bears' favorite pitchers, and for good reasons. He's one of the best young pitchers in the MLB, and I expect him to start this season off to a hot start. We are recording before last night's game, so we have to use the Mariners' batting numbers from last year, and gosh dang it, they were one of the worst batting teams in terms of strikeouts. Seattle, they struck out the second most times per game in the MLB with an average of 9.9 times per game. And Bello, he should pitch pretty deep here in this one and get at least 5 strikeouts here, because Bello, he pitched against the Mariners twice last year, and he dominated in both those games, going 2-0, and he averaged 7 strikeouts per game, which is over this number. We're going to see Bello perform very well here in his first start. I expect him to hit the ground running. So give me Brayan Bello to go over 4.5 strikeouts versus the Mariners.
Yeah, and our younger people who have been here with us since day one, remember I said Brayan Bello in 3 years is going to win a Cy Young. So hopefully that continues. I'm going to keep that in the vault. But I really think it's possible. He's so good. He's got a ton of potential. He's really young. So hopefully that does pan out for him. For my pitching prop, I'm going to stay in the same game that I broke down. Give me Freddy Peralta to go under 2.5 runs allowed going up against the New York Mets. Last season, Freddy Peralta was very good for the Brewers in 30 games. He pitched. He only allowed 71 earned runs in those 30 games. That's an average of 2.3 runs per outing. Obviously, he had his bad days, but more times than not, Freddy Peralta would come out of the game giving up less than 2 runs. The most impressive thing, I think, with Freddy Peralta and why I'm taking him in this game is he doesn't find himself in trouble a ton. He doesn't walk a lot of batters, and he keeps the bases pretty clean. Last season, he only allowed 54 walks in the season. He had a 3.9 strikeout to walk ratio. Remember, also, the Mets, they haven't made any adjustments in the batting lineup, and I'm pretty sure Freddy Peralta will be very familiar with the hitters because being in the National League, they play each other 6-ish times a year, usually get at least a couple series against conference opponents. I'm going to take Freddy Peralta. He's going to know the guys he's pitching against. He's going to control this game. Give me to go under 2.5 earned runs as the play there. Trey, let's go with the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going with the under 7.5 total runs in the Guardians versus A's game. I expect Logan Allen to hold the A's to a low number. I wanted to take the A's under team total, but that probably will come out at under 3, and that's just too crazy for me to put money on. So I'm going with the under total runs here because, I mean, the Guardians offense ain't too good either. And I'm also going with Yordan Alvarez over 8 fantasy score versus the Yankees. This is a Carlos Rodon start, so set it and forget it. We're going to see one go over the fence. Also going with Brayan Bello to go over 4.5 strikeouts versus the Mariners. Bello, he is 2-0 versus the Mariners and hit this over in both matchups. So set it and forget it as well.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Brewers on the money line with Freddy Peralta on the mound. So give me them on the money line on the road. Also taking Freddy Peralta under 2.5 earned runs in the same game. I think he can control the game. He knows the players on the other side. He's pitched against them. Give me Freddy Peralta 2 ways here. And then Corbin Carroll, one of my favorite players from last year, over 1.5 bases. He hammers right-handed pitching. He should hammer right-handed pitching this season as well. Guys, that's going to do it for the MLB Plays and Props for Friday, March 29th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You can click that. There's two options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,